Yeah, a quick recap. So we have filter method. Filter will take predicate condition as a parameter. So either I can pass a direct condition here or I can pass a predicate object here. So filter method belongs to stream and you have to call everything with your collection, and left hand side you will be creating an instance of stream with the appropriate generic type. All right, let us apply the streams package for user defined class. So please come along with me. I'm starting everything from scratch. I'll create a Java class. Let me create a Java class as employee. So let me give private int employee ID, private string employee name, private string employee department, private int employee salary. Step number 1, constructor. Step number 2, getter. So step number 3, the toString. See, in your demo sprints, they have not completed your getter method and toString. So please complete everything. Ensure that your model class is complete. Shall I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
Let me create my first demo. Copy paste. So either you can add the data employee object data directly, or you can pull the data from files. I'm leaving to you. I'm assuming like those things are familiar to you. So I'm adding directly few records. If required, you can create any file and you can use buffer reader to read the data, and you can store it in your collection object as your employee object. Everything is possible. I'm creating a list of the type employee. So employee list, let it be small letter, is equal to new array list of. So in my list, I'm adding the first employee. So employee ID, employee name, employee department, it's a HR department, and employee salary. If I missed any syntax error, please let me know.
I'm 2 and 3 about 34. Employee.
Yeah. Thanks. To be sales. Fine. So let us filter the data based on requirement. So that is the reason I added department. So I want to fetch the employee details of HR department, IT department, sales department, or the salary holders, or anything no based on the string functionality. So listen, whatever comes into your mind for filter condition, please let me know. Can we filter based on department code or department name?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys,
Yes,
again,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So let us use filter method. Filter is used for selecting elements according to the predicate as a parameter. Either you can pass predicate object or you pass predicate condition as its. The body of the predicate can be passed as a parameter here. So let me filter based on department name. One second. So since all our sprints are based on modular approach functions, let me create function itself. So I'm creating a function. Public void filter based on department, and I should pass depth name. Let me create demo1 object. So I'm creating a functions. So all the functionality I'm gonna to place as a separate function so that you can relate with your sprints. And again, I'm telling you, whatever the fundamental concept we came across, ensure that you are thorough with that. At this point, don't come. If it is a direct demo program inside a main method or inside any modular methods, you need to be familiar. You should know thoroughly what is an input, what is a return type, how we need to capture and all. So it is located in demo1 class, which is non-static. So you need to call only with the help of object. I'm calling a method filter based on department. I'm passing the department as sales. Shall we complete this body of the method?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Without, let's assume, without streams. You want to use only functional interface and you want to complete the method. Complete it. Help me in completing the code without streams. We will have a code without streams, then I'll introduce with streams so that you can see the differences between the number of lines. Without streams, what concept we have discussed in functional interface to achieve the task?
Predicate.
Very good. Predicate. So what is the first step in creating predicate? We will be creating an object for predicate, and along with that we will add
Employee.
the condition
Employee.
you want. Predicate of the type employee.
Predicate.
Let's assume predicate object equal to, I will be
Parameter.
passing my object, and from my object, my employee object, I want to get, guys, are you with me?
Department.
Department name, and that department name should matches with whatever the department name I am passing. So this is my condition of predicate. How you will complete the predicate in the old way?
Filter
What we had to do?
filter method.
Filter method.
Very good. So filter and test method. So we will be traversing with all the data in using for loop, and whichever is matching with my predicate condition, I will add in my list. Oh my God, I'll show you. Wait. So let me create a list, and I'll make this as temp list. Temp list 1 for I am traversing all the object colon one second. Okay. To avoid the confusion, I don't have much time. Let me pass my list as a parameter. I don't know how many of you noticed. So this is not a global variable. If I want to keep this as a global variable, then it might be static, because I have handled everything in main. Main is static. So if you are handling this, then you need to again make your variable as static, and you need to call. So to avoid all these, I am passing my whole list as a parameter to the method. So my method will take the entire list, actual list, and based on my department, by using filter, I want to filter the data. Let it be. So I need to traverse all the actual data. What will be there inside for loop? This I have introduced yesterday morning.
Test method.
What is the syntax of test method? If
Template dot pre dot test.
template dot
No,
test
no.
of
Pre dot test. Pre dot test of
pre dot test of
x.
x. If it is matches, then I want to add my x object over here. That's all. And by using for each, you can print all the values. What is this? Temp list dot for each. Nothing new. Whatever the code I'm typing in front of you, nothing is new. It's an old way which we had discussed yesterday. Out of how many records? 6 records. Whosoever belongs to sales, Praveen and Prashant belongs to sales. So I'm getting the output of employee department of sales.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
What is pre dot?
Who arised this question?
Me, ma'am. Roshikesh, 27 line.
Have you attended yesterday's session?
Yeah, ma'am.
Have you tried yesterday's demo?
Yeah, ma'am.
Right. Who belongs to the other batch? This is for everyone. The code is in front of you. I was asking you all, not only for Rusikesh, everyone. I was asking the syntax of yesterday's predicate syntax of defining a predicate object and traversing and storing the data based on test filter method. All of us tried the first method via consumer and the second method via predicate and the third via function. Today morning, I'm asking you the syntax. Thinking lot. Rusikesh, is this your code?
Yeah, ma'am, got it, ma'am.
Recollect this line.
Predefined. Sorry.
Got it?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Actually, I didn't solve that.
No worries. This is for everyone. You came forward with your name. I'm passing my information to all. I know this is a new topic and the syntax, the terms which we are using is completely new to the programming part. But for getting the code which we discussed yesterday is not okay. So instead of these 6-7 lines of code, can we try using Streams API?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the speciality
Yes, ma'am.
of Streams? The speciality
the
of
code to
Streams? Yes,
one line.
Kudus.
It reduces the code to one line.
One is, first point is it reduces the code, and second point is it has predefined methods and it has predefined iterator functionality. So nothing, I can use explicitly. Everything will come along with my stream package. Come with me. Do I want to create a temp list? Do I want to create a separate temp list?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Do I want to iterate separately? Or do I want to iterate it to print or to test? No. All these are
No, ma'am.
overcome by my Stream API. Let it be. Let it be. Let us do a coding with Stream API. The speciality is it will create its own list. Type employee, my stream object 1 is equal to
Import.
yeah. What is my actual list? From actual list, I want to
Filter.
call stream. In stream, I will be calling filter. In filter, I will be filtering based on my predicate. Either you can transfer this right-hand side block of predicate over here, or you can pass predicate object. And in order to traverse all the value, you can use for each, and you can
Print.
make your iterator part.
Ma'am, can we use two predicates in a single statement?
Can we use?
Two predicates, like predicates are nothing but conditions.
No, this is just an object. This object I can use it any number of times.
No, I'm saying that let's say we have another predicate object pre1. Can we use that in? Can we use both pre and pre1 in line number 32?
Yes.
How?
What mistake I'm making here?
Maybe interface.
We can check by it contains now string directly instead of filter. I have done that yesterday.
I'm bringing. 1 second. So give me 1 minute time, 1 minute. One second, 1 second. I am making any minute mistake with the code. 1 second. I think it's required. It's working. 1 second, I'll show you the output. Don't think like I am using some 7, 8 lines of code. I can comment all these lines. One single line is enough in my streams. That is 33rd line. Even I don't want to create an explicit object. My JS IntelliSense is telling me even this declaration part I can remove it. So it's not required. Yeah. Yeah, output is not a very big deal. The expected output is in front of you. Can you see? So I'm just filtering the sales details alone. The first output is because of functional interface. The last output is because of Streams API. Can you compare how many lines of code I have used? So no need to traverse explicitly. Even the explicit object creation of stream is not required. Line number 33 makes sense. And even if you want to remove this predicate object, you can remove it by passing the right-hand side parameter over here. This is also valid. Oh, guys, please excuse me for a minute. Please analyze line number 33. That's all about our Stream API. Yes. Yeah. I'm here, Hasib.
Okay, Sangeeta.
Fine. So line number 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, everything has been replaced. All the 5 lines of code has been replaced with one single line. So even explicit object is not required. you can use your actual list. My actual list where I'm holding all the objects. Dot stream, dot filter, whatever the condition I wanted to place, you place a predicate condition over here. Either you can replace with predicate object or you place your condition as such. And our streams is having internal iterator, which is for each, which is also used to do whatever the functionality you want. Mostly we want to print the data. So I am using my for each of my stream API. I'm to iterate all the value and I am printing all the value. Make a note of it, line number 33. In the old way, we had to do this process by calling test method, traversing all the value, and if the condition matches with predicate, then we will add it in a temp list. All these has been overcome with your streams. Even the temp list is not required. Your iterator of your streams will automatically traverse and match with the condition and filter the data. With that data, output data, we can traverse and you can print the data also. This is old way of FI. This is by using Streams API.
Ma'am, suppose we want to store the data like in the temp list. So do we add the data
Well,
to the
yeah,
list
yeah.
inside the Lambda block or outside before actual list?
I'm just giving a try. I will check on it, but guys, listen. So what we did is we are taking the actual list. We are taking the original data and we have applied the condition, whatever the intermediate operation, and we are returning a requirement, that is printable statement on the stream. Instead, if I want to store.
Ma'am, can you add it inside the Lambda block and see if it works?
What?
Can you, while storing, can you add the object in the list inside the Lambda block? in a list, in a separate list.
No, that will not make sense. So I can traverse all the stream functionality with the actual data. You're talking about left-hand side.
Yes, right.
My last try, if it is taking time, I'll do separate analysis and I'll get back to you. See here, this is a problem. This Sudeep and everyone. Right hand side, I want it to be stored in a list. The required type based on my program is list. Whatever there in my right hand side, I want to store it in my list object. But can you see what it has been provided?
Void.
Void. It is not at all returning anything. Stream is not returning anything, whereas it is traversing with all my actual list, and this is a problem. So
Ma'am,
let
if
me
you
do
remove
more
the
research on this
print
storage.
statement, can we,
And collect, can you use?
if you remove the
What?
print statement, if you remove the print statement, so we can.
Instead of for each, can we use add method?
No,
Or
no, no.
can
I'll
we
put
use collect
semicolon
method,
here.
ma'am?
No.
Now it's another return type, I think.
So now I will make it as streams. Correct. It is working. I know few of you will be confusing. Whomever came along with me when I'm trying the code, hope you will understand this. Instead
Yes,
of
ma'am.
printable statement, if I want to do just a filtering and the actual data needs to be stored, then I can collect in my stream object, what we did like yesterday. If you add collectors or if you add for each, then it is returning void. Correct. So if I want to store my data result in any of my list, then you truncate this for each. Because always this for each and printable statement is returning void. So you cannot store anywhere. So this is also possible, or this is also possible. Depend upon the requirement you can use. Here I am filtering as well as printing. Here I'm filtering and I'm storing. Make a note of it. Shall I continue with next operation? These two lines are clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Others,
Yes, ma'am.
Vaishnavi, Shivani,
Yes,
Vivek
ma'am.
Sharma,
Yes,
Kudus,
ma'am.
Palapala.
Yes,
Ma'am.
Okay, let us do randomly operation and what is the output I'm getting. So instead of sales, let me change it as IT and let me add one more data. That's IT. So now I'm retrieving only IT records. So there were 3 employees under IT. So this is the old way and this is the new way. Listen carefully. Let's do the second operation, which is I want to retrieve only department based on the department which I am passing, but the result needs to be sorted based on employee name. So I want to get only IT department employees where I should get the result based on employee name sorted. Shall we give a try? I should get Akash, Rishikesh and Siddharth in this order. Got the point? So there I have to introduce those pipelined intermediate operation. So I want to filter by department name, sorted based on employee name. Are you with me? Shall we try that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So let us filter employee department, and the result needs to be sorted based on employee name. So based on 2 records, I want to do an operation. So let me do what this is. Filtered based on department. Filtered department, sort by name. So I'm not gonna to try with the old way. Let us directly try with the streams. So what is the first step we want to do?
Predicate.
I'm copy pasting the same line, because anyway from the actual data, I want to initially filtered with my department name. Even if required, you can compare with the actual case, or you can ignore the case. So if I want to ignore the uppercase and lowercase, check with your test case. If required, you can call the appropriate method, either equals method or equals ignore case. So initially I want to filter my employee object based on employee department, whichever the department is matching based on department name. So further to that, what I want to add, what functionality I want to add?
Sorted.
Sorted. One second. So further to that, I want to sort based on name. So in streams, we have a method called as sorted.
Comparator, ma'am. Comparator or comparing.
So comparator will take 2 objects, the object 1 and object 2. So every time I want to, if it is ascending order, take the first object. Get the name dot
Comparative.
it is a string type, so please use compare to. Compare the first name with second name. And if you want to
cases,
ignore
the cases with the compare to.
Okay, so it will not consider any case. So further to that, if you want to store, you can store it in any stream object, or if you want to print, you can print by using for each your object, whatever the data, object will be converted to toString and it will print. I'll check again. I'll come back to my code. 1 minute. I'll check my code. So demo1 object dot filter department sort by name. I want to pass my list, and as usual, I want to sort the name of IT department employees. I'll check and I'll come back to my code. Is it working? The expected output is in front of us. Yes. So these are the 3 employees of IT department. Can you see the output?
Yes, ma'am.
So it has
Yes,
been
ma'am.
sorted in alphabetical order. Instead of object 1, if you have changed object 2 and object 1 first, then you will get the reverse order. So I'm getting alphabetical order sorted. Akash, Rishikesh, and Siddharth. Okay, let's come back to the code. So I wanted to print in the same line, actual list dot stream. I'm going to filter based on my employee department. Whatever the result I'm getting, with that result, further to that I want to sort. So I'm taking comparator. So comparator will take two objects. So if it is O1 and O2, then it is in ascending order. If it is O2 and O1, then it will get in the reverse order. So once it is sorted, all the data I am printing by using my for each method.
Ma'am, we can directly use sorted method in line 37 also, ma'am.
Everything you can split and even you can use. So even if you want to split into 3 lines, it is possible.
In single line, ma'am. Instead of line 44, we can use in line 37 also. Dot search after department
Yes,
name
yes.
dot sorted.
I just wanted to have a visibility. I have entered. Actually, this is a continuation of 43rd line.
In the end of the print X, we can collect the data also, no? By using collector.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we can pass
have
it to the new list.
Possible. Okay. Take 2 lines. Let's continue with next. I think we missed a map. Let's try on this map. So filter, it will take a collection as an input based on the condition. If I have 10 elements based on the condition, it will return 3 elements. Those 3 elements are matching with the condition. Whereas if you take map, map will take my collection as an input and it returns another collection as an output based on the functionality which you have defined. Map method returns the stream consisting of result of applying the given function to the element of same streams. So depend upon the functionality which I have defined, my map will take one collection as an input and returns another collection as an output. So no filtering. If I have 10 elements, it will return 10 elements as an output, depend upon the functionality which I have written in my code. I'll try a simple demo, then I'll try for this because we haven't tried map yesterday. Number dot stream dot map just a simple demo for your understanding. So my map will take all the values in my collection. If I have 6 values, so it will traverse all the 6 values based on the map function which I have defined. So my filter will return true or false, but my map, according to the requirement, I can return string. I can return the integer or double based on my input. So I am traversing with all the number. So I am using my map. So it is also a kind of a lazy method. So which will traverse with all the values, and with every value, I'm just summing up with 100. Line number 20, please analysis. So it is also one another intermediate operation where I want to pass one single list object. And if I want to produce another output object according to my intermediate functionality, then I can use map. So based on my function, this is my function. My function is I want each element to be added with 100. Shall we try the same with our employee object?
Yes, ma'am.
So I have 6 values. All the 6 values has been added with 100. You do whatever operation you want. All right. So let me use map. So I want to display only the name. I want to store only the names of employee belongs to IT department using map. So come along with me. Let me give a try. So let me, guys, please listen. Display employee name. Based on given department using map. Display name filtered by employee department. So I'll repeat again, I'm using map interface to collect and store all the data of my list, whomsoever department is matching with IT department. The names alone I'm collecting, I'm storing via my map interface. So traverse with your list, actual list dot stream dot filter. So based on my department name. So whichever the employee belongs to IT department, I'm filtering those records alone. And I'm storing all the records.
M equals to department, not a string.
What? Yeah, here I want to use only names. Correct. I want to retrieve only names. And if you want to display, you can display. So I'm calling map, and map functionality is from the given filtered result, I want to retrieve only the name. And I will be collecting n number of names. If I have 7 employees, out of that 3 employees were matching with IT. Those records are stored in my map functionality. I'm just printing the functionalities alone. Whatever the functionality I'm defining in my map, those collection alone it is storing. So I am passing my object. In that object, I'm doing an intermediate operation as filter. In that filter, again, my functionality, one another intermediate functionality is retrieving only the employee name. Can I able to sort this? Is it possible to sort the map data?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Possible.
Yes, ma'am, it's possible.
Please look into line number 50.
Ma'am, dot equals department name, ma'am.
Yeah. Either hard-coded value or your variable.
After getting employee name, we can sort over there, then we can print.
Possible. These are all intermediate operations. One second. What basis you want to sort name? Did I miss any syntax?
Ma'am, will there be a semicolon at the end?
No, I missed one more clause. Filter based on name, and then with that I am sorting. With that sorted record, I am seeing and I'm getting only the names. With that name, I want to split.
Flower bracket is missing. Last.
Yes, ma'am.
At the end, man. Not here in this line. After 51.
Okay.
One more.
One more is required. But I have tried, if you have noticed, after map, I tried to sort, it didn't work. Only before map, the sorted is working. That sorted functionality, I want to sort, then I want to apply to my map. So I'm getting the output in the form of sorted order.
But
So I'm
ma'am,
collecting, yes.
but ma'am, why we can sort after mapping?
That's what we need to do analysis. We can check that. I just wanted to try in both the way, but it is working before mapping. Before converting all the data to my map object, I need to do a sorting. So in pipeline, we have to check in ordering of or sequence of this functionality call. So we need to call filter, then sorted, and then map. So whether map can be called before sorting. So filter, map, and sorted, followed with yeah. So we have few terminal operation. So one terminal operation I have introduced, which is for each. For each is used to iterate through every element of a stream. Apart from that, we have something called as collect method. As name implicits, collect method of a stream interface is used to accumulate element of a stream into collection. Let's assume I have stored every filtered data or sorted data in a stream object. If I convert that stream object into collection, I can use collect, the method called as collect. Shall we give a try? I'm gonna to collect my stream to a list, and let us print those streams as a list object. Reduce operation is used to compute the result by using all the element is available in a stream. So like map, reduce is also one functionality based on the function which I have defined. It will populate all the value in my collection and it will truncate according to my requirement. So reduce is mostly used to find the sum of collections or average of collection. Whatever the result applying, it will by default it will added with the previous, and again it will added with the previous, and finally we will get the consolidated output. So let us have a demo on collect. Collect will convert your stream into a collection object. Yeah, there is a sample demo. Please look into this. I have a string list which is name holding 3 object in my list. Please look into the second method, second line. List of type string result is equal to names dot stream. So I'm taking my source array names dot stream dot filter. I'm just filtering only the starting letter with S. Whatever the collection object I'm having, I am collecting in my another list, collectors.toList. So now my result is also in another list. It is not a stream. So whatever the result I'm capturing, I am traversing with all my regular list operation. Stream methods can be chained one after another. Filter method produces a stream that is further collected into list by using collect method, which is a terminal operation. So we have something called as terminal operation. After this terminal operation, can I proceed with any other operation?
No, ma'am.
No. Whereas if you look into the previous methods, all comes under the category intermediate operation. So these are all intermediate. One terminal operation is your for each. The other terminal operation is your collect and reduce. Once if you done this, we cannot further add any other operation with your collection. Take a snap of this, you try by yourself, and I will do a collector with my existing employee object. I want all of you to take the snap of this just to convert your stream object to your collector list object, collection list object. What we can do?
And to list method.
So take a snap and try this for a simple demo. And let us do one more. I'll do it in my main method itself. So I have an employee list. So let me apply a stream object and I'll try to get, let's take salary. Whomsoever employee salary is holding 50,000 and above, that I am filtering and again I'm storing in another list by using collector. I'll do it here. So employee details, list of holding salary greater than 50,000. So please come along with me. So left hand side, it will be a list. So initially we have tried, no, in order to convert your stream to list, please use collector of the type employee. Let's assume I'm creating an temp list 1 equal to right hand side is my actual list. My actual list is employee list. I am calling stream. In my stream, I am filtering. So from here, I'm taking salary, whomsoever salary is greater than 50,000. Shall I collect?
Yes, ma'am.
So let me collect collectors.toList. That's all. So by using temp list, by calling for each, I can call consumer object or I can print directly. So the right hand side is my stream, the left hand side is my list. Converting your stream to list happens with the help of collectors.toList. Converting to list. Yeah, how you are converting array as a list. Likewise, converting your stream to a list. And one another thing, it is called as terminal operation. I cannot further proceed with dot. Guys, listen. I cannot give dot and I cannot continue with any other operation. That is why it has been named as terminal. So out of records, I have 4 employees holding 50,000 greater than salary. It's not even inclusive, greater than 50,000. See here, whatever the stream functionality I have applied, the data is stored in the form of list. So again, I'm collecting, I'm storing it in my list.
Ma'am, in to list parenthesis, can we pass the temp list one and separate both these lines of left hand side and right hand side?
I don't think it's required. You can make it in one single line.
I'm just asking in case if I want to pass that particular list.
Hmm.
So can I pass temp list one in the parenthesis of to list?
No. No, I don't think. You check. Whatever is coming into your mind, logically and syntactically, it is possible, you give a try. So give me some time. I'll like execute this reduce hello. What can I do with reduce? One last operation. Let me try for reduce. One last try.
Reduce the salary
No, not that reduce. Reduce is something like an aggregate function. So if I want to perform any aggregate function on my collection, then I can use reduce. Let me do a sum or average here. Don't come to reducing in the sense I have 6 data. If I do sum, 6 data will be reduced to 1 data. That is the meaning of reduce. But we are going to do an operation, functionality implementation for my reduce also. But in map, if I have 6 data, I'll be getting 6 as my output if I don't have filter. But in reduce, based on your function body, the total number of records will be reduced. So I'm going to do a repetitive process, and based on my functionality, I'm going to reduce or combine. So I'll simply do function of summing up all the values. So come along with me. So list, let me try. Number dot stream dot reduce. So I need 2 values. Let's assume n1 plus n2. It needs to return n1 plus n2. It is not traversing. If present, if the data is present in this reduce, it will need to print.
Ma'am, I think this is in main.java. You run, I think, demo 1.
Okay, reduce output. Anyway, I'm gonna to do a sum. Let's assume I'm relating to sum. So number dot stream reduce. So assume this is my data. I'm converting this to integer. So please come along with me. I'm sure you are all with me when I tried reduce. I thought reduce as name implicits based on the functionality which I'm providing in my reduce function. It will reduce my total list into one or two different sets of values. So my intention is I want to do a sum up operation with my given number. I think this is the actual output. You can see the range. Okay. So I want to do sum up of all the data in my list. So number is my actual list dot stream dot reduce. The first parameter is it will take two parameters. The first parameter is my actual output, which will be stored every time when you are doing a repetitive operation. And the second parameter is your functionality, your predicate functionality. So here I want to take the first two numbers and I want to store the sum over here. Again, the third number 79 will be stored with sum, and then 32, and then 98, and then 23. Every time, the first time when it executes, N1 will be 0, N2 will be 76. And the answer will be stored in 76. If it required, you do an appropriate typecasting. And with 76, 34 will be added, and then 79, and then 32, it will continue till 23. So once it reaches N, whatever the sum you have stored, whatever the value you have stored in that identity will be returned. And as I know, it is an integer list, so it returns an integer sum. So I have holded in a variable sum. And this is it will take two parameters. The first parameter is the return value, and the second parameter is your actual functionality. All right. So I'm sharing my sample demo. These are all just for your understanding with string and for integer. And this is with respective to your employee object. So I'm giving you a task, practice this, and according to your requirement, filter and modify. One additional task I'm giving you, by using reduce, can you able to do a sum of all the salary?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
haven't tried
Yes,
reduce
ma'am.
Yes,
on
ma'am.
the employee object. I want you to use reduce function of stream and try to do sum up of all the employee salary and print the output. Even it is possible to find the maximum salary also, but I'm just making you just to find sum of all the salary, sum of all the salaries in my employee list. So I'm giving you half an hour time to give a try on point number 1, streams, user defined object, filter method, sorted method, filtered, sorted, what else? Collector, map, and finally with reduce. So these three are terminal operation: collect, for each, and reduce. And sorted, filter, map are intermediate operation. I can use it in between. Just check map will come first or sort will come first. I could not able to apply sort for my map. You check that alone. You do this, followed with we have optional class. So optional class we will have at 11 o'clock. I'm sharing all my code, try by yourself, and additionally I want you to try sum of all the salaries of employee.